Hey everyone, welcome to Locked On Lakers on YouTube. Brian Kamenetsky, Andy Kamenetsky. Andy, the trade deadline has come and gone, and the Lakers did nothing. Not surprising that they did nothing. We've been kind of telling people that nothing was probably the most likely outcome for weeks. But still, when it's all said and done, that they did nothing is kind of jarring. You're a little bit used to the Lakers doing something.
Well, I mean, to be fair to the Lakers, while it is obviously their own doing that they did not have a ton of assets to work with in terms of trying to create the most opportunities possible, Brian, it has been well reported that they were looking to make moves. Like it was not through a lack of effort or a lack of trying or a lack of urgency that the Lakers ended up ultimately standing pat. It was for lack of an opportunity and a lack of deal that would have worked for them. And Bill Oram from The Athletic reported that a lot of teams were making some of these asks unreasonable because they saw the Lakers as a team that might be, shall we say, desperate to make something happen.
A little thirsty, as the kids might say.
And look, you and I have been rough at times on the organization throughout the course of this season, but I'm going to give them credit for not doing something stupid out of a sense of desperation for the sake of just doing something to try to save a season that may not be savable. Because for real, they have very few assets. You don't want to burn them trying to just save face for this year. So if these asks were unreasonable, they deserve credit for not saying no out of panic.
Yeah,
or saying yes out of panic.
Look, the roster is what it is. They didn't move anybody to make, clear space for buyout guys, whatever. They'll obviously pay very close attention to the buyout market, but as we'll talk about on on Friday's full episode of Locked On Lakers, how much they're actually going to be able to get out of the buyout market, both because you don't know who's going to be on it. It could be a thin year for that. And then also the Lakers are in the play-in game right now, and a ring-chasing veteran is unlikely to look at the Lakers and be like, that's my best ticket to getting myself a title. There are going to be other more appealing options for teams out there, or for players out there, than the Lakers. So really, I think if you are somebody who is upset at the inactivity of the Lakers today, it's not really about what they did or didn't do today. It's not about the decision-making of today. It's about the choices that they've made for the last 18 months or so in the trades that they made last year and the trades that they made this year, particularly the Westbrook deal. And certainly even going back to the Anthony Davis trade. It is that stuff which has led them to this point. And that's the stuff that I think is going to get a lot more, kind of investigation and commentary, starting with tomorrow's Locked On Lakers. So make sure you tune into that. Thanks for subscribing to Locked On Lakers on YouTube, and we will see everybody on the big show.